Peace, peace, peace. It is your girl Sunshine. I have missed all of you. The girl been traveling. Had the opportunity to perform in Raleigh. I'll talk about that later. That was an amazing experience. I cannot wait to do it again with some good folks. You know what I'm saying? But today was today. I hope everyone is safe from the tropical storms because I had some technical difficulties getting started. So apologize for the tardiness, but it is worth it. Those that follow me on social media, I spoke about this sister in a very, very positive light due to the fact that she is a regular viewer, a supporter. She supports every poet that comes on here, whether she knows them or not. Initially introduced to her on Clubhouse because y'all know I co-host or co-moderate Partners in Rhymes, Lyrical Rides Friday nights after Shine Vibations podcast on Clubhouse. And then I pop into the infamous Honey Keepers rooms on Sundays where I get to meet a whole another crew of folks that don't come into Partners in Rhyme. With my work schedule, it's just so hard for me to get into all of the rooms, but between those two rooms, I really get to encounter a lot of the poets in those clubhouse streets. But this young sister, she was introduced to me by a former guest, now brother and sister of Blast. They have their own show Sunday night, Louisiana Lyrical Lounge, and that's Paul Cram and the goddess Imina on Sunday nights, and it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But he spoke very highly of this sister and her work. So I cannot wait to introduce her to you all. Let me get my intros out of the way. We have our brothers from Soul Society, Heavy Energy, with that alkaline water. I tell you, I keep it by the gallon. They just had their 3-day alkaline festival. I was not able to attend this year, but I will definitely have them on the show again so that they can show y'all some highlights and how y'all can get in contact with them. But here is Born King with that heavyenergy.com, university.com with live alcohol.
Peace and love, family. Check it out. It's the We Are the Gold campaign. The We Are the Gold campaign is all about highlighting ourselves as the wealth, value, and solutions we've been looking for. We are the gold. Before it comes to the money, your health is the wealth. Tap into intentional lifestyle decisions, making sure you're putting living local foods, preferably, especially organic, into your well-being, your temple, And you already know you got to couple that with the live alkaline water, the best hydration in the nation, natural alkaline spring water straight from the source, no artificial induced processing. And the other side of the We Are the Gold campaign is activating our economics, So tap into the We Are the Gold campaign. Get your $20 monthly subscription special at heavyenergyuniversity.com.
Yes, and there is a promo code. We have Shine Vibrations 888, or you can use Royal Sons, and that's Sons spelled SUNZ, Enterprises 810, and you go to heavyenergyuniversity.com, place your order, reach out to them brothers, and just make sure that you tell them Sunshine sent you. And next up, we have my bro from back home, Will Jacobs, creator, owner of Fresh Clothing, and he used me for one of the Mother's Day's promos for the She Fresh line, so check him out. And on TikTok, you can follow him at gofreshyourself.com, IG, Rule Jacobs author. It is also Go Fresh Yourself, and there is also I can't believe I'm having a brain fart. When y'all hear the type of day that I had today, you'll understand. So, my bro, no, charge it to the head and not the heart. Now, getting to tonight's yes, this is the divine, lovely, essentially Zenith. She is always in the comments, letting folks know that she is here to support them. But she too is a dope, marvelous creator indeed that I feel she deserves her time to shine. So I reached out to her. She was a little hesitant, but I am glad that she was steadfast because I am really looking forward to interviewing her. This sister got some hidden talents. You know, when people speak of you before you show up in the comments, that says a lot because he and who I'm referencing is Paul Cram, my bro, as I mentioned earlier, that is now part of the Glass family. He was speaking about the different people he worked with and how someone did this dope visual for one of his pieces. And he reached out to me and asked me to view it as well. And as he was talking about it in the interview, she pops up in the comments and he's like, yo, that's her. And then after the show, he was like, yo, you need to reach out to her. Not only just to get her on the show, I said, bro, I'm already putting the people that I need to work with for my visual creative stuff. Yep, she is definitely added onto the list because she comes highly recommended. So without further ado, essentially come on through. Peace, 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 Queen. How are
Hey,
you?
hey. Whew. Hello.
Now, you don't have to share, but how old are you?
I am 47.
Okay, so you will understand this reference because if we wasn't the same in the same bracket, because I'm 43, you wouldn't have got this reference. So remember back in the day, a different world, relax, relate, relate.
I know, right? Right. Oh my
So
goodness.
now you see why I asked the age because you wouldn't have got the reference.
I hear you. Oh
So
man.
thank you again for accepting. And as you mentioned, that this is your first visual and live interview.
Yeah, I stay in the background as much as possible. So yeah, this is my
When's your
first time
birthday?
being live and all of that good stuff.
When's your birthday?
July 26th. Just passed.
Okay. Oh, happy belated solar return. See, look at this lining up.
Yeah, yeah,
Lining
yeah.
up. So while I was in Raleigh, it was your birthday.
hmm Honestly, I considered going because it was my birthday weekend, but it just didn't line up the way I wanted it to. But yeah, that would have been
Yeah, I
awesome.
just
Really
knew
fun.
I was going to see you.
Mhm.
But then when Hav explained like what was going on, and there was a lot of people who it just didn't work out for because of the same reason, birthdays
Yeah,
and plans. So, but here it is. We still
yeah,
linked up, still got you. And as we shared backstage, we ain't that far from each other either. So
right.
let the folks know where you from
Yeah.
and something you want them to know about you. This is what you choose, not
hmm
what you think people are going to say about you when you're gone. No, I don't like thinking about when you're gone. We talk
hmm
about the present, the here and now. So, what is something that you want people to know about you now?
Um, so what I want people to know is that I come from a genuine place. Whether it's what I'm saying, what I do, what I share, it's coming from a genuine place, and that includes flaws. I openly share that. I talk about it. I'm growing. I'm constantly growing. I'm a constant student. Um, but with those flaws, one of the things that I don't count as a flaw is that I'm introverted. And I come across that conversation a lot. For me, it's simply about how I process energy. And so what may energize one person may drain me. And that's okay in both instances. I just take a lot of space to recharge. And yeah, it's not something that I'm trying to not be. I love being introverted because with that, I get to observe so much more that some may miss. And when I do step into that space, I'm bringing with me an understanding, compassion. It comes from thoughtful pauses when I do step into a space. So that's the main thing that I would like people to know and understand. And the other thing is when I step out of my comfort zone, that may drain me, but even when I in my even when I'm in my comfort zone, I can still be drained. It's not what I'm doing, it's how I'm processing energy. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I definitely get it. I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying. Um, I don't know. I'm a Taurus, so I can compare it to the zodiac only simply because if I tell you what it is, somebody will be like, oh, well, that's what typical Taurus. But I am in the beginning, 425. So, it's through and through. And I have moments where I just want to be chill, alone, music, writing, reading, or nothing, just silence, just sitting there, but getting things done that need to get done. That's how I recharge. That's how I balance.
Yeah.
I sift through the things that
Mm.
get attached to
Sift.
me.
I like that.
Yeah, like Big Mama in that kitchen with that sifter.
Yeah, yeah.
And they
Instantly visual.
always tell you something that's very monumental while they sifting. If you
Right.
ever had that connection with your elder women in the kitchen, I've had that. I've been afforded the opportunity to have several encounters with my grandfather's mother and his aunts. So we talk about 1917 up to like
Mm.
1937 type deal. So I'm getting a completely different perspective in them sifting moments.
Yeah.
So, but then also being empathetic, you have to take that time to recharge and
Right.
process because if not, everything will weigh you down, including what you're already growing through for yourself.
Exactly.
So you got to
Yep.
know when to compartmentalize so you can decompartmentalize
Right.
and then get it off of you. A lot of times
Mm-hmm.
we hold on to it and thinking that, okay, I processed it, it's done, but you haven't done the physical aspect of the release.
Right.
Because it's a mental process and then it's also a physical process. Because when you evolving, when you're leveling up, that shit is physically painful.
Right.
Your body feels that ascension as well, and
That makes
people
me think
get that.
of that book, The Body Keeps the Score, how your
Mhm.
body holds on to emotions and you have
Yep,
to do the work to release them.
that's right.
Yeah.
People are scared dealing with them shadow books, but it's doing
Mm-hmm.
work. If you can't take a moment to be an introvert and deal with your inner self, how can you expect for an outsider to fix you from the inside?
That's
They
right.
only give you tools. They're a listening ear that is supposed to be unbiased, but they're redirecting you to what's already been designed and born and created within you. They're just there to, okay, you can't do it on your own. Okay, let's tweak. Let me tap this. Let me tap this and see if that wakens it up. But you could tell the same person the same exact thing, but they won't believe us.
Right.
So spend your money. It's okay. Wasted your time because doctors, like we talked about, don't respect your time. Once you're there 15 minutes
Listen.
early, but then they take like an hour to come back there to check you out. Like that was a mess yesterday. Uh-oh,
Mm-hmm.
I see they are in the building. Louisiana Lyricist Lounge. Peace, peace, peace. That's right. Like I mentioned, bro, I know her because of Clubhouse, but you really made her like on my radar. I always see when she pops in the rooms on Clubhouse. I love her pieces, but when you had that conversation with me, I'm like, oh yeah, let me put a pin right there. That's what we do in Messenger, right? Put a pin there. We need to pin her. And she faithfully every Friday, and I apologize if you caught a bunch of replays the last 2 weeks, so you've seen those already. But I
That's
thank
okay.
you so much. I gotta give you your flowers because
Oh,
you are just such a dope supporter. So, you were one of my favorite viewers. So why not give you your time to shine, as I mentioned in the beginning? So, how did poetry start in your life?
mm. So one of the things that I always share is that the first piece that I recognized as a poem was when I was 16. Um, and for me, it was therapy. It was my therapy. I was releasing emotions from trauma from when I had just turned 14. But in all honesty, I was writing long before that. I used to write stories and I didn't define what I was doing. I just wrote.
Mhm.
Um, One of the things that I found out very recently is the name of what I was doing was writing sketch stories. And so basically it's just like moments that's like atmospheric and it's open ended on purpose. That's what I used to do. I was writing, I don't even remember how old I was, but the first time I wrote a poem was at 16, and it was because I needed to get that out.
Okay.
And then from that point on, it was writing to release, and it was for my eyes only. I wasn't sharing right away. And then when I finally shared, I recognized that was an opportunity to connect with others and kind
Yep.
of make those help those who felt similarly realize that you're not alone. We're all healing, and for me it's a continual process. It's not a destination. We're always going to be healing because we're
That's right.
introduced to new situations that we have to sort through.
And this is why I say, remember what I said in the background? I said people
Yes.
don't recognize that we have this design to be connected.
Mhm. Yeah.
When we end up alone is because of the choices that we have made and the experiences that we have not healed from, those traumas that we have not healed from that may end up leaving us alone
Mhm.
before we're
Right.
out of here. But that's not what we were designed to be. That's not how our lives are supposed to be lived. And it's
Right.
all right for those that it works for. I would never take away anybody's right to choose because that free will, that's something that you will not mess with mine. So I hold that like with loyalty, respect, free will. Yeah, you going to make sure I operate in that, and I want to make sure everyone else does as well. But like you said, it gave you an opportunity to connect. And then
Yeah.
that's where the accountability, making sure yourself is erect and in line.
Mhm.
And then the duality, the connecting, the sharing, the two and three coming together to agree, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Like all of that is what we are purposed to live.
Right.
And life experiences are going to purposely come to try to knock you off your square,
Mhm.
But like I said, your design, you're equipped. We are our biggest and greatest antidote. It's just that we have not tapped into everything that's there. We
Yeah.
haven't been in the proper environments to deposit. The seeds is there. You just need to be watered.
Yeah.
But if you only get watered from one direction or from one specific purpose, that's the only thing you technically tend to hone in on.
Right, right. And one of the things that I accept also is that it comes in cycles. So we may be in a really good place and connected fully with that understanding, and we may fall off, but that's we're human, and we need to
That's it.
show ourselves grace and recognize that that just may be the season, and then we can bring it back
Yep.
to where we're reconnected.
And Donna Reed. Is that Mama Donna?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Mama
Yes, Small House family.
Donna? Oh, Mama Donna, Mama Donna. You know what? Look. Let me go over here to my collection real quick. Let me put a little pause right there. Is that still there? Oh, Mama Donna, you lucky. But I'm gonna get you. I don't make me find this on the break because baby, I got to meet Mama Donna in live and in color.
Yeah, that's right.
And Mama Donna, look, Mama Donna is such when I say a beautiful, beautiful soul, she is such a spirit and she is funny. When I tell you, she reminds me of the women in my family. Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
then my uncle and my cousin was there. And everybody, like, when I tell my uncle, was like, yo, that Mama Donna, she off the chain. He was like, she
Yeah.
all right with me.
Yep.
So yeah, she
That's my
is
family.
amazing. And her poems are fire. And she is such a good supporter. Yeah, and she don't take no shit now. She don't take no shit. I definitely know she don't take no shit. Cause she was like, yeah, she did one of these moves. So like I'm just new to the glasses crew, okay? I ain't there yet. But she had that look like,
Oh
and I said
man, I
I
need
was
to
on the
see
other
that in
side of the
person.
table like, I said, yeah, she don't play. Where did you send the info? Was it me or was it Vernice you speaking to? If
Me?
it was on Clubhouse, my app has been apping and kicked me out a bunch of times yesterday, so I'm not sure. And then this is okay. Your
Oh,
favorite Black Karen? She said,
that's
"Hey."
that's my sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart.
So yes, you took the other question, and see, this is what I like. See, and when I said on my post that this interview was going to be divine, because you went straight into the next question, because I believe that poetry is therapeutic,
Hmm.
creative writing. People don't even recognize if you just start writing for yourself, like you said. That was creative writing. I just had
Hmm.
a conversation with someone at work, and she was just like, "Yeah, how did your event go?" Shout out to the Drip Fest, Raleigh. Yeah, that was a whole experience, and I just went for Saturday because that's all that I could make. But when I tell you that was the bomb, I enjoyed myself. It was awesome. It was great. But when I tell you, and your name was, I heard your name spoken in the room. So, like I
Real?
said, people, when it's a blessing and you are very impactful
Wow.
when people speak about you when you're not even present.
Wow. That's
So,
everything.
so since you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing. Well, my coworker asked about the event, and she just was like talking to you, and she was like, it just got me thinking about my writing. I said, well, really, if you got some things that you need to get off your chest, and you don't want no rebuttals, write it down, because
Hmm.
at least you're working through the process of getting it up off of you, so it doesn't
Hmm.
fester. Now, after you pour it all out, if that makes you better, then that's all you need to do. But then, if more needs to be done, the next step is now, okay, I got all the rah, rah, rah out. So now I'm clear and I can present this to whomever I need to in a nice, clear, concise fashion so that my words can be heard and it's not emotionally driven. Because,
Hmm.
people no longer
That's a good
focus on the
point.
words, they
Hmm.
react to the emotion that is attached to the words, and some people don't know how to decipher. Like if you
Hmm.
got to yell and scream and get it off your chest for me to hear it, I'd rather you do that than not. Because trust me, I'm listening to your words. I may not like how you
Not
delivering it.
everybody feels that way too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's one thing
Yeah.
that's not universal, but it should. I have to check my
Facts.
emails. My emails, mama did like some weird thing. I had like a crash. So I lost a lot, but I saw some was recovered. So if I gave you my number, text me. But it's also on the show too, so I can give it to you again. That's not a problem. And we got Joe in the building. He said hello.
Uh,
And Louisiana lyricist says super creative. She brought two of my pieces of life, like I told her already, like I already mentioned.
that was
Appreciate you,
so
bro, for putting that
fun.
in, reminding me to get her on this show. Now, what was you gonna say about Joe?
Joe is one of the first voices that I recognize when I used to call into Epiphany before I press one. I used to
Wait a minute.
listen.
Hold up. Is this the same Joe? Joe, wait a minute. Is this the same Joe that comes on Partners in Rhymes that always has the most beautiful
He's a
PTRs
storyteller.
with the sky and the? Is this that
Yes,
Joe?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
Joe! All this time, look, that's another
Hmm. His
dude.
photography is amazing.
Yes.
But
Oh my God,
I was
Joe.
calling in to Epiphany and I wasn't pressing one. I was just listening, and his voice is so recognizable. I would listen for
Yeah,
him. I would listen for J Rob, and I would listen for Javi because I knew their voices. Yeah,
yeah, Joe, the man. I did not know that this was the same Joe. So
yeah.
look, now we got an extra pin. Joe was look. I'm a fan of all of y'all. Like, let's say this first and foremost. Like, as I mentioned numerous times, I literally am fans of my fellow poets.
Right.
Like,
Same.
I enjoy tuning in to Clubhouse. I enjoy this. This is part of a healing process for me as well. And a journey a lot of times has been alone, and mine has, but I'm in a space now, where certain journeys you can bring folks along, and it doesn't have to be permanent. And I don't mean it that in a negative way. Just like, as I have waves of moments of doors opening, hey, let me bring you on in here with me. Trust. I can decipher, what's for you is what's for you. But like I told you, the way my mind was created and the creator
Yeah,
created me, I have a networking brain. So if you
I
tell
love
me this
that.
is what you do, I could be somewhere else talking to somebody, and they can just mention, dang, I need to get this, and I need to do this, and I done already found 5 people that do what they looking for. Already up here. I don't even
Yeah.
gotta go to my phone and look. Like, literally, it just
Wow.
deposits like that.
Mhm.
So
That's amazing.
I do my best to share. Like, I tell people, that's a divine energy, and I'm just
It
obedient to
is.
what it does, and I dare not step out of that realm. So, up and there's my big sis, Carla Simpson, crazy Carla. I'm gonna be saying this forever. She is the North Carolina Comedian of the Year. When I tell you, and this was the Ace Awards that they have every year, and I don't care. My sister's bomb.com. I'm always show love, always love on her. And so she had this birthday gift. So now, sis, I can show mine because I ain't take a picture of it because this is my sister
Oh,
bag for my birthday. And you see, it says
that's
Queen
pretty.
Shine on there. I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus. And she was gifted the same bag. So I actually had her gift at my house since April 25th. And her birthday is coming. It is next week. And I delivered it to her while she was filming. She's always filming. Hey, Joe. Joe, you coming up next. Just so you know. And that's my sugar. But yes. So has there been a breakout piece? Something that is always your go-to, or something that you feel needs to be heard, so you chose it to be your breakout piece.
I don't necessarily know if it's my breakout piece, but it's currently what I feel needs to be heard because it's something that's been inside of me that if I keep it in, I'm gonna just
Oh
blow up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's one of those.
Okay, yeah, I love
But it's
those.
definitely a piece that needs to be heard. And every time I get a chance to, I share it, I repost it. It's pinned on my TikTok page. Like it needs to be seen and heard.
So, would you want to share that piece first, or you want to do the break and we do our music artists and then come back so you can open up the second half with that
I
piece?
could do it after the break. I didn't realize what time it was. I'm
Yeah, I
blind,
just look.
squinting. I can't see
That's what
well.
happens. That happens, when it's energy. The energy don't lie. Look, the energy is fly in here.
Yeah, yeah. I can after the break.
Okay, so this I had to request Veep. Shout out to our super producer, Vice President Veep, Greg Luster. I heard this on my big sis show last night, Crazy Carlos Concoctions, and I was like, "Yo, can I get that for my show tonight?" So Greg Luster, my bad, heart and soul, beloved. I believe, and I believe you gonna understand why I like this song, and this is only going to be my second time hearing it. So, this is our Last artist spotlight for this evening.
Just like the seasons, it's crazy you don't need me, but you know I need you. In the middle of my storm, you say just sit back, let me lead you. Just know that I'm God. You know the feeling is real. You so in tune with me that you know every hair I got on top of my head, every move that I make, every step that I take. You know all about it, you know all about it, so I don't need to be fake. I don't know why you died for me. The answer's hard to find, so they're like we're playing hide and seek. But you saw something inside of me, and that's fine with me, because in you is where I find my peace. So when the problems come and make it hard to see, I'ma ride the wave, just like I ride the beat.
I just can't believe it, yet I still believe it. You died for me. I just can't believe it, yet I still believe it. You set me free. Yeah, I try to wrap my mind around it, but your ways and your thoughts cannot be explained. I ask a lot of questions because you want me to know you will and get understanding. I believe. I believe.
I be thinking how you love a little sinner like me. They knew about my past, I know they wouldn't like me. You sent your son to die and I don't take it lightly. Any problems that I have, I know you got me. I believe that you died on the cross. Rose again to save the lost. When it comes to this trip, man, I ain't gonna lie, you're the reason for all of the songs. Gotta run it back, gotta run it back. You the reason for the songs. And I believe that I was born. You broke the chains and set me free. Ain't no way that I can't believe. It's because of you that I made brand new. I've been purchased, you paid the fee. I don't look like what I've been through. All my sins been washed clean. I hope you understand what I'm saying, virtuous. Won't you tell them what I mean?
just can't believe it, yet I still believe it. You died for me. I just can't believe it, yet I still believe it. You set me free. Yeah, I try to wrap my mind around it, but your ways and your thoughts cannot be explained. I ask a lot of questions because you want me to know you will and get understanding. I believe.
And that, I believe, by Greg Luster featuring Virtuous. And you too can be a blast artist. All you have to do is go to blastmusic247.com and choose the freemium account for the artist. And you can be a spoken word artist. You can be an up and coming comedian, spoken word artist, spoken word artist, spoken word artist. I do that to everybody, as you know. So you know I'm kind of plugging you too to get connected, sis. And live bands, you know, they do it all. We family here. We take it all. Independent artists, you want to get your music out there for the fans. Again, go to blastmusic247.com. And it is also for the fans for streaming. You want to see artists like them and you know, hopefully like essentially Zanice, you know, and a plethora of others. You can join for the unlimited I think it's the unlimited fan account now, and you can stream all the artists that are on the platform, and they are out of this world. And when I say they are global, they are global. So again, that is blastmusic247.com, changing the industry one artist at a time. I love that song. It
Yeah.
stuck with me so much that I already know the chorus.
Wow.
And I'm gonna
Hmm.
go on to say that it has been on replay since last night, and I think it is about the birth of poem. So you know, I like when stuff influence the music I write. A lot of
Same.
times, got my mood going, and whatever music I'm listening to kind of helps birth some creative stuff. So this
Hmm.
is running in my head. So I think Greg Lester definitely. Veep, if you're watching, I would definitely love the opportunity to see an interview with them soon if anybody plans on doing so. I see Zadisha's in there. She's telling everybody hi. That's way she's supporting her people.
Hmm.
And Joe said he wouldn't miss you for the world, Denise. And he is definitely
That's
subscribed to the
awesome.
channel. Hey, Sunshine, I know you. I know Malikia, you double dipping, yeah, because we got to get ready for PIRs. So you know, I'll be jumping in there. And Carla says she loved that. So before we get into this piece, let me do my one last, because you know I always talk about balance.
Hmm.
So for those with the health, wealth, and stuff, and why? I got a cousin that keeps calling me. He keeps calling me, and I'm like, bruh, I can't talk to you right now. And he just tried to call me again. Like, I can't help you with your current situation right now. And I can't help you right now because I'm live. So you're going to have to hold off. But as I said, I brought y'all live alkaline water for those who believe in health, wealth, and stuff, and clean living, and those who love to partake for medicinal uses. I don't, you know, say yeah, blah blah, but hey, folks is out there, they need exposure. Y'all need to know where to find it. So here they are. Cantaloupe, your ultimate online dispensary. If you are looking for cannabis products without leaving your home, welcome to Cantaloupe.net, your one stop shop for all things cannabis. They have a huge selection that you can explore, a diverse range of strains and edibles with just a few clicks. They got it all. Now, for Blast Music 24/7 subscribers, you must be subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, go run over to the page, subscribe, because you get the exclusive offer of 15% discount on every single purchase. You just use the promo code BLAST15. You shop online, quick and easy and convenient. Visit canaleaf.net to browse their selection and place your order in minutes. Why wait? Elevate your experience with Canaleaf today. You can also follow them on Instagram and Snapchat at Canaleaf underscore FL. Now, darling, this piece that you said must be heard, must be seen.
Hmm.
Whenever you are ready, the stage is yours.
Okay. So the title of this piece is Safe Spaces. And very brief preheat. It's just about corporate spaces and non-response or under-responding to employees' needs and protection that should be in place, and the choice to performance respond. So anyway, this is safe spaces. They put up a sign today. It complemented existing marketing and had a good balance of color. The weight of the fonts were easy on the eye. Its layout was well thought out. It declared this space and all like it as safe. But the double take and re-examination of the whole of it prompted questions of if the words can even carry that weight. I mean, it is a bold statement. As if this plastic coated 14 by 16 cardstock could ever withstand the forced breath behind each smirk and scoff. It's not even a conversation starter. Because if I responded to the feigned surprise that something like this was even needed, if I shifted this marketing wonder towards a preferred client who actually thought he had the right to put his hands on me, if I didn't pretend to not see the revealing shrugs of management's incredulity, my feedback outside workday would be scathing. But let's applaud this sign. Let's click through a slew of WBTs and mark this training as complete. Let's wave our green flags. I'd rather be drawn to the beacons of those whose souls are safe. I'd rather be that genuine support and come fully around that counter the next time someone inappropriately steps into another's space. Stop dropping your heads as if you don't see it. If understanding what's important goes beyond this work of fiction here, where incidents and individuals are either part of this poet's imagination or are used fictitiously, damage control wouldn't be this flimsy.
Ooh, baby, baby. You don't even know. Now, no disrespect to those watching. She ain't talking to y'all. Baby, you been in my back pocket for the last 30, 60 days. When I tell you, sis know, Malikia, Carla, y'all know, we done had these conversations about on the workplace and these supposed safe spaces. Yeah.
A sign will fix all that though, right?
Oh, yeah. Because as long as you have a paper trail, and in the virtual world, electronic paper trail that includes text messages, emails, whatever correspond, Teams,
camera footage.
How about that? Look, them Teams meetings, the recording, to hit that record button. If they not recording, you record on your end. Yes, you have to keep those receipts on the job.
Exactly.
No one understand what I'm talking about here. Okay.
Exactly.
That piece right there, baby. You talking.
That's why I keep it pinned.
Yes. Talking to me. Joe said powerful piece. Carla said boom. Your favorite Black Karen, you know she got the hearts and the fires going for you. And now, as I mentioned to this person before, I like to call people by their names to run traffic to their pages. So Urban Guerrilla Theater, isn't this also Javi? Yes, because he's like, Sunshine. I said, I know, but I want to help create traffic. But this is King Drip. Salute to you. He said this was a power poem. Am I allowed to share my nickname? Too late, he did it. There you see in the comments, he told me, he said, hey, you know what? I got a nickname for you. And there it is. Coke Bottle Goddess.
I need to know more.
Well, from what, and I appreciate it. I just say I get it from my mama, but I am on the larger scale than my mama. My mama was a smaller, petite sister. I'm the thick thighs out here saving lives type sister, you know, and I'm much taller than what my mother was. But being on Clubhouse for a year and a half with people and them seeing me live and in color, from shots out to Triple P, finally got to meet the bros, part of Partners Around. Arrows, I got to meet him, and they keep telling me along with Javi, they said pictures don't do me justice. When I tell y'all I am grateful, thank y'all. I don't be tooting my horn like that. You feel what I'm saying? I just wake up and I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to look a certain way, but as you see, I'm the natural sister. You might see me wrapped up, you might not. You might see me with a little bit of here and there, and you might not, but I'm very, very down to earth, just like my son. I don't try to be out here, oh, I'm better than this sister, because I believe in sisterhood. I was shown sisterhood coming from a polygamy household, seeing both of my umis come together, and the way that they made sure that we was good and to the best that they could with what they had at the time. When things went bad, this was the 80s, so it was a lot going on around the 80s, the early 80s. Like I said, I'm 81 baby here, so the drug life and all types of things was really, really heavy at that time. So folks was knuckling down and doing whatever they could. But, I just made it my business to, and then fast forward, moving in with my great grandmother, like I mentioned, 1917 up to like, I think 1937, her and her sisters, the bitch sisters that I like to call them, originally from Lynchburg, Virginia, migrated to New Jersey. I saw the way that they bonded together, how they kept all the rest of us under them together. So no matter what other bad or negative experience I've had, the foundation showed me different.
Right.
In spite of those, you operate and work with those who are willing to also do the work. You don't get hung up on those that don't want to participate. And that's what I've learned from both examples. So I just live and breathe by that. But thank you. It was dope getting to see Infamous and Candy. Like, just I could go on and on. I told them we got to do a recap show so that y'all can see, because I got pictures, I got
I'm
videos.
waiting for videos. I haven't seen any videos yet, or maybe I missed them.
Official post yet, because I wanted to be extra special. But yeah, being told I was poured in my dress, that was funny. I wasn't in the best spirit, not spirit meaning condition, hint. So to still be seen divine at that certain time, appreciate you.
Yeah.
And Karen, I know she laughing at me, yeah. Because she just laughed at when I said the Coke bottle goddess. So, was this something personally that drove you to write this? Was this like a personal experience? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know any of us who haven't experienced that though, So it's also universal.
I think people are blinded. People don't recognize, or people are so numb to things now that they just in the business of letting shit slide.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like I feel like part of the response is gaslighting. Like you want to present acceptance, and I'm just like, I know I'm not crazy, and I know this is dead wrong, but it's so widespread, and listen, I can't even go into detail.
We dedicated to that. Look, Malikia probably popped out already, but I will mention it on Partners in Rhyme or in our back channel talk. I will say we need to create, whether it's with her podcast on Tuesday, which I will be a guest on this Tuesday coming up. So shouts out to Malikia, who is now also a sister of Blast as well, who I met first on Partners in Rhyme. And we all about, like I said, I connect. We need what she has. And I told her, and she was just like, I've been dodging a podcast. I said, well, just like you put me in Partners in Rhyme as a moderator, now you stuck. Come on with a hook. Come on in here.
Mm-hmm.
Her show is dope, especially when I share it with other people on the job. Especially, I've had people randomly tell me that I come in contact with. They're like, "Yo, she's a heavy sister." Like some of the tools that I've heard her say, like people go back and watch her replays, and sisters out here doing that work, and I'm all for supporting brothers and sisters that's out here doing that work because we have such a emphasis on those that are not.
Right.
We see that more than those who are. People forget when they talk about the black man, black woman nonsense that, it's always something about sexy red. It's always something about this
Mm-hmm.
weirdo. What's the one that's locked up
Trying to
now?
change, trying to guide the narrative.
Yeah, trying to guide the narrative, but there's a whole other group of us that's out here doing the work. There are fathers out here being fathers more than not. There are
Mm-hmm.
mothers out here being
Right.
mothers more than not.
More than
There
that,
are
exactly.
black men out here being great husbands more than not. There are black women out here being great wives more than not. But
Right.
that narrative is no longer being pushed.
Mm-hmm.
All about the negative.
Intentional.
It's so bad that even when you see a beautiful video on a reel or some post, there's somebody that has to make something negative
Yep.
about it. And that lets you know that it's not only the mind state of that person, but also the oversaturation of it. Because I've gone back to my
Exactly.
memories and I've seen the differences in the comments from like a memory I might have posted from like 10 years ago. And then I reshare it. And then you see the manifestation. And a lot of times people don't even
Mm-hmm.
realize you commented on it on this post already 10 years ago, and now your comment here doesn't match who you was 10 years ago, but I ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like we just gonna let, if the people investigate like that, they'll see it for themselves. Check your memories, check the comments, and then when you share them, and then see if those same people comment again
Wow.
and watch the differences. I was, what's the word, flabbergasted.
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, because people post who they supposed to be, but they really not that. So, has anyone said that this piece outside of the conversation we just had? Has anyone said that had an opportunity to listen to it, or how it affected them, or how it changed their perspective and made them move differently on the job?
No, not yet. Not yet. What I noticed is it sparks conversation, and that's enough,
That's
honestly.
right.
Like,
Yep. Because you done planted the seed, boo. Look at you out
yeah,
here taking
it
care of
sparks
folks.
conversation. I've noticed that for me, that's huge because typically there's silence in response to these situations. So the fact that at least there's conversation is at least a step in the right direction.
That's right. As long as we can get you talking, baby, that's what starts, because you might not be the one to pick up the torch, but somebody listening might be the one
Exactly.
that got all the tools right there. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the part about accountability and duality. So, is there a piece outside of this one that you will say is very personal to you? Like that might have shown you yourself growth, your evolution.
So there's a recent piece that I'm really connected to. I think it's because it called me out a
Ooh.
little bit because sometimes I'm afraid of that emotional release and I will
Mhm.
avoid certain things. And when I wrote this piece, it kind of called me out on that. And I'm fighting it, but I'm also looking forward to being able to do it. So I think this is kind of like a current favorite a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that one that you're going to share with us?
Yeah, I can say it's short.
Oh,
Most
how
of my
recent
pieces
is
are like
this?
2 minutes.
No, that's all right. But how recent is this one?
This was written for National Poetry Month, and as part of Small House of Poetry,
This
Wallace, the Elder
April?
Reed, was share, huh?
This past April?
Yeah. So
Oh,
with Small House of Poetry, Wallace the Elder Reed was giving us
yeah.
prompts
Shout
every
out to
day.
Wallace. Shout
Yes.
out to Wallace. Isn't that is that the same Wallace that's Mama Donna's son?
Yes.
See,
Yes.
see, I'm
That's my
putting everybody
family.
together. I'm putting it together.
Circles coming together. But yeah, he
Yes.
shared a prompt for us, and the piece just came from that prompt. The prompt was place, purpose, posture.
I've heard
And
a
it
lot
just
of
made me
people
reflect a little
speak
bit
about that.
on the practice of yoga. And there's this one particular posture that's a hip opener that creates this emotional release. And I was actually afraid to get through the whole session because I knew what was coming. And
Mm.
so, yeah, I love this piece because of that.
Oh, I love this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna mute my mic so you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay. So and I don't know this one, so I have to read this one. The title of this piece is Shavasana. It's 5:45. Today I am determined to complete this session. Its necessity has encouraged me with the promise of relief, the belief that a full-bodied exhale will enliven me. She spoke of preparedness for this, that the likelihood of a chill prompted some to bring a blanket, just in case. And I like the idea of this, that there is meaning in the intention to carry comfort with me. And I look forward to rewarding my growth and balance and measured breaths, those pauses at the tops of each inhale. I've fought them less. I've come to believe that my placement in this space is best readjusted in Sutta, Matsyendrasana. And for a while, I would pause here, unable to move forward, and I've been sure it would keep me. But today, I brought comfort with me. I am encouraged by the nearness of relief, the belief that I will release that which holds me. And when I do exhale, from my crown, through the tips of my fingers, down my calves, and through each soul, I'll know that I can rest in Shavasana.
That took me somewhere. I just had to, because as I
Listen.
mentioned, I'm currently going back and forth physical therapy. I'm having pains. So I'm going through motions, found something else going on, got a cortisone shot in my shoulder today, that nerve injection on the 22nd. So, like, that piece, like when I said this interview was going to be divine, it was going to be divine, and I felt it. I literally spoke last night saying that, like, I know my body is releasing the trauma and the pain that has been holding on to for some years, because this is stemming from an accident that happened in 2019 that just
Wow.
happened to come back because now I'm doing a job that I'm like this. I said I would never work in a cubicle 20 something years ago,
Yeah.
and fast forward 20 something years, look where I'm at. But it's helping serve the public, and it's still in, because that's what I
Mm.
do. I've always been in public safety. So now I'm on another path, making sure, people get fed. So, this is still like my life's work. It's just that I wish it was more like an up and down thing a little bit, that I could move a little more, but having to have things adjusted because I'm a tall woman and everything they got in there is short. So like I'm typing, looking down like this, and desk come up to desk come up to my hips, not even up under my chest. Like, yeah. So
Wow.
it's, yeah, not good. Carla said about Malikia's podcast, her podcast always calls me. Yes, I'm
Mm.
trying to tell you. And this sister here, she hasn't mentioned it yet, but she does some amazing visual artwork.
Mm.
I have had the opportunity, not even knowing her yet, to look at some of her work that she has done for other poets. And she is the bomb. So I want to give you an opportunity to let the people know, hey, I'm more than just a poet. I got some stuff for you. I do some things.
I appreciate that. Honestly, for me, that is not even like a service or anything. I have a price list because time and skill
Gotta get paid.
cost.
Time is money. We,
Cost.
like I said, we done talked about this with these doctors. We reclaiming our time.
Yes, it's time and it's skill. However, being paid is not necessarily the goal. What the goal for me is that that funds what I really want to do. But also those visual productions is a collaboration for me. It's the opportunity for me to immerse in that poem. And because I process it visually anyway, I'm presenting what I'm seeing, whether it's my words or someone else's words. And I absolutely love it when it's someone else's words and I get to sit with your piece and I have it on a loop and then I'm showing how I see your piece. That is like everything to me. That's a happy place for me.
Okay, you are the perfect person I believe to ask this question. Okay, as a kid, I've dibbled and dabbled with upscale drawing. Like I can look at something and draw it. But technical, like all this other stuff, just something out of my head, no. It's like more
Mm,
like a visual, a picture or an actual physical piece that I can manipulate with my hand. Um, but I had this particular poem that I did, and it made me stop because I no longer heard or seen the words. And now I'm just seeing a picture. And every time I kept trying to go back to the poem, it was like, grab your sketch pad, start sketching. So it's
oh,
two anatomical hearts basically kissing.
mm,
And it's like a hug and a kiss at the same time. And the poem that it birthed was, Have you ever had your heart kissed? So it's like when I hear other people, especially in Clubhouse, a lot of times my eyes will close as a reaction. Like you said
yeah,
about Joe. Every single time I hear Joe, my eyes automatically like, and I have to stop myself because sometimes it's my turn to introduce him, and my
yeah,
eyes automatically, as soon as he start talking, it's like that's the automatic. And I'll be like, no, no,
yeah.
wait, not yet.
He's gonna paint some pictures for you.
Yeah, but his voice, and then I have these visuals, whether he takes me back down memory lane or whatever nature type visual that gets produced by his words, or maybe it's just because of his tone. Like, how does somebody, if they don't know how to really combine and make that work, what would be your advice to them?
So I am gonna borrow something that Just Jay has said before because
Yay!
I learned so much from him. But one of the things that he's said, and it wasn't to me, but I was part of the conversation. He was explaining to take yourself back to whatever prompted you to write that piece to begin with. There was some kind of experience, there was a memory, there was a thought, it was something tangible that you're putting onto the page. And so that could be something that you visualize, it could be something that you hear, but there's something tangible that prompted you to write that piece. And that's what you have to tap into.
Okay, okay. So y'all heard that. It's don't fight it. Because that's
Yeah.
what I did. Don't fight it. Because I'm telling you, once I completed the sketch, then the poem came back to me.
And you know what you like if you start off writing, but it sounded like you wanted to sculpt instead of writing, and that's okay. Like I feel like certain pieces are meant to be touched and not necessarily heard or seen and not necessarily like written. So that's art has so many different like I can't even think of the right word, but art is
It's levels
universal.
to this
It's
shit.
so many mediums. It's so
Yes.
many mediums, you know. So maybe
So
switching.
that was just a dope experience because I was talking to my boyfriend, and I was like, and he can draw his ass off. So he was like, then stop writing and just draw. Like, men, they just so
Right.
cut. And it's like, but this poem has been swirling in my head for so long, and now I finally got an opportunity to just focus and put it all together. And now it just stopped. And
Or
now I just
combine that. It can
visual.
start off written, but then you also have something that's
Yeah,
tangible.
so that's what I ended up doing. I have the
Yes.
sketch, and
Yeah,
then like in my notes, the picture is saved, and then the poem runs right under it.
exactly. That's it. That's all I'm doing. That's
Yeah,
literally all I'm doing.
that was the first experience ever. Like, and it happened
Hmm.
during Poetry Month. So like, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
That's awesome.
So that is dope. So she's giving y'all some pointers because that just helped me. Because I'm still getting that now. There's paintings, behind here. I got some paintings that I did. So like I'm doing all. Some of my expressions want to come out in writing. Some of it wants to come out, drawing sketches, and then now
Exactly.
paintings. So it's all art and it's all poetry because
Hmm.
can look at something and you can get a poem from it, which I've done that as well.
Hmm.
And Joe said, "Oh my goodness, Anissa's visuals are amazing." Yes, yes. Like I said, I was ready for this. How many interruptions did I have getting this ready tonight? Like there is no way that I would. What? No, we not doing this. Not no, not for this. This is her first time. Her first time, she said. And we got to give her an applause because you
Listen,
did awesome. She said this is her first time doing it live vision.
never on camera. I barely take
Never
pictures.
ever on camera. She talks through her visuals. And I am so grateful that you trusted me with you
Yeah,
to have you on the show.
yeah.
I
I
really
appreciate you.
appreciate that. That means a lot. Joe said the art of words and the words written from art. Indeed. Indeed. Because art is all around us.
Yes,
So,
yes.
do you have another to close the show out?
Let's see.
And this can be anything. Like I said, this is your show. It just got my name on it. But this is your show tonight. So you could choose any piece you want to do. And
Okay.
remember, there's a disclaimer. So if it's something that you feel that has to be censored, no, we welcome that too. No
Okay.
censorship here.
Same. I don't believe in censorship. Okay. I have something. Do I know this one? All
And
right.
it's okay if you don't know it, go on and read, Suge. We ain't at look, we
Yeah.
ain't at a show right now. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I'm pulling my phone out.
Okay. Is it all right to go ahead?
Yes, ma'am. I'm cutting my mic.
All right. Okay. I remember the constellations we talked about the night we met, and how you didn't see my taking a break from socializing as something that needed to be remedied. Instead, you joined me without disrupting my peace, and you followed my line of sight until you realized that I was only spending time with the moon. And soon afterwards was this ease of being, each time revealing that somehow we'd met before. I loved how I laughed with you over some obscure, corny, geeky shit, details I wouldn't share because no one else would get it. You felt familiar, like the home I would go to and when I would wake with you. No one cared about how much time had passed. I couldn't last past the first of too many movies chosen, but to be honest, I only wanted to sleep with you, to lay beside you, close my eyes, and be at peace with you. I walked through dreams with you. You're the only one who I felt the most like myself with. You're the only one who I've seen along the seams of not quite now and a long time ago. And though right now might not be ours, I believe we'll meet again, pick up where we left off, and remember, essentially.
Girl, whew, I felt that.
Mm,
I felt that.
that's a favorite. That's been a favorite for a long time.
Oh my gosh. I felt that. I was sitting here like, no, don't get emotional. Don't get
Oh,
emotional. Because no, these are great emotions. Like I understand it. Like what you are speaking, I'm experiencing. So it's just like, Like that's so dope. When somebody else can write about what you feel and you've never expressed that. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the power of the pen. That
Hmm.
is what I love so much about poetry because you don't realize how that the stories it connects us.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
Maryland. I'm in North Carolina. You write about some stuff that I'm feeling and I know is real. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that's how it works. And
Yeah.
yes, mama, you already know. She's stuck. This big sis here. She said I love everything about this, Denise. Like when I tell you this big sis, I got another big sister.
I
I
am
got
so
another
blind.
big sister. Karen just she gave you a round of applause.
That's my
Um,
thank you. Thank
I
you.
believe Mama Donna is saying next the small house. So this piece must be shared there. I believe Mama Collins. Look, Mama Collins.
Yeah. I've been running from my own house. How do you do that? How do you run from your own house?
Oh, trust me. Some of us mamas do that regularly. It's called food shopping. Because that's the only time you could possibly leave the children alone if they old enough, not if they too young. Um, Joe, he said, you're amazing. And he's, yes, she is. She is magnanimous. I want y'all to know I love her. Like that piece, all her pieces that I've heard on Clubhouse and the opportunity, I am honored again
Mm,
to have the opportunity to interview you. This, you know how sometimes you come across conversations that you don't know that you needed? And it's not necessarily to fix something, but it's to help
yeah.
you figure out what could be meshed in your head. Like, I
Yeah.
needed this.
Oh my gosh.
Everything we discussed that you
Yeah.
brought up was an experience heavily this week for
Wow.
me and a few others because we share every day on Messenger. If we have, like, I'm usually late because of my job. So
Yeah.
if I'm on lunch, I can respond real quick, but then usually they don't get my responses until like in the middle of the night because now I can't rest. But I mean, yes, I needed that. You definitely have a purpose here. You are
Yeah.
definitely doing it. You are working it. So if no one has ever told you, I thank you for being you. I appreciate you for being you, for every time and every moment you spend to pick up that pen and release. I appreciate you for that. Because you really, like, I got goosebumps. Like, you really don't know how this interview really truly has blessed me tonight.
I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words. I was so nervous, but like you said, it was so needed, and I didn't realize it was needed. And I didn't have a reason to be nervous. Like
Not
this
at all.
is a welcoming space, and your energy is everything. I appreciate you reaching out and how comfortable you made this. So thank you so
Oh, yeah,
much.
that's what I'm, like I said, I'm simple. I'm down to earth. I'm what they the B girl, the round the way girl that like I'm cool.
Yeah,
Like, it's look, I come in peace. As long as you don't disrupt that peace, you might
facts,
be left in
facts.
peace if that becomes a problem. But I say peace in my greetings. I say peace in my salutations because I want to meet you
Yeah,
with peace. And when we leave from our space, I want you to leave with peace. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, because we got so much against us in this world, like we got to get it how we live. And most people, when they say that, it means something else. But when I got to get it how I live, I mean waking up every day, no matter what traumas or what might be holding me back or trying to attack me, I still got to wake up with, look, I choose peace today. I get
Mm-hmm.
reminded, I vent, and then I get reminded, don't let nobody ruin your day.
Yes,
Continue your day how you started. You got that off your chest. All right, now let's go.
right.
We need accountability partners. Again, that's that duality factor that I'm talking about. Because if you don't have that and you don't have the ingenuity to like speak to yourself out loud and to write so you can see what it is that's going on in your head, you need to have an accountability partner that's going to remind you, pull your coattail, like, hey, get together.
Absolutely.
And with love, love is the highest level of understanding. So if love ain't in it, and I ain't talking about y'all out there laying up, if
Mm-hmm.
love, the intent is
Mm-hmm.
not pure, trust me, everything that you attach to, the manifestation of that will show. And no disrespect, if it goes to shit, somebody connected in there, their intent wasn't pure from the beginning.
Facts.
So recognize that early enough so that you don't become a victim and stuck in a situation where you feel like you drowning and you can't get away from. And that's professionally, that's romantically, and socially.
Right.
Learn how to remove yourself when it does not benefit the whole, that whole 360. Because everything, like you mentioned, comes full circle. It comes full circle.
It
So
does.
tell them people how they can find you so they can come get them visuals popping. Tell them how they can follow you. And if you want to, hey, run down your price list so they know. Like, don't even come half stepping. If you want this and it's 2 minutes, this is what I charge for 2 minutes. This is what I charge for five. This is your time to run your
Yeah.
mouth. Or get them people to come see you, and then you also can include your shout outs too as well.
Mm-mm. Oh man, I wasn't prepared for all of that.
No,
So,
I'm just because you've been
wow.
doing it in chats. So if there's anybody that you didn't, or
Yeah.
like you might have forgotten and they popped up in your head, this is your time to give them their
Okay.
time to shine too.
Okay. Well, so you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube under essentially Janice. YouTube actually has two pages. The topic essentially Janice is auto generated from when I've released tracks. And then my personal page, essentially Janice, is where I have videos there that I've generated myself, and it's behind the scenes thought process, writing process. And that's kind of what I want to push a little bit because it's things that I may not talk about unless we're talking one on one. And it's just opening up and it's a glimpse into why I do what I do. And that's on YouTube. Instagram is essentially Janice, Zanece, with the underscore for Instagram. And on my Facebook page, essentially Janice, if you go to my bio, you'll see links for everything that I have out. So I have a book titled Defiance. And what I love about that book is it's a combination of a sketch story, poetry, prose, and author's notes. So I literally take each piece that I share and talk about why I wrote the piece or the writing process for it. And I don't really see that too often, but I'm willing to like share that. But that's Defiance. The link is on my bio. I have my tracks and I'm currently working on three titles and hopefully I'll be able to share those soon. Uh, Shout outs. Ah, so many. I'm always worried about leaving someone out.
That's why we charge to
Uh,
the head and not to the heart. Y'all know
yeah,
she's
yeah. I mean, it's
a supporter. This is the thing. She's shouting out everybody that she's always supported. How about that?
mm,
We're gonna do a
yeah,
blanket because
yeah,
I don't want her to leave with the show feeling like she left somebody out. So everyone that I know that has always spoken great of her, she shouts you out. Those that she shows up for, because she shows up for me, and she only known me because of Clubhouse. And
yeah,
she found out about the podcast and started following me on the podcast.
yeah,
So look, this sister is a supporter, and it's dope to find another one. And that, what you talked about, your idea, I've all the poems that I was planning to do for my book, which I'm still going to release. I'm going to do an EP because some of the poems other people listen to, they was like, "Yo, you need to put some tracks on this."
yeah,
So, but my purpose was to do like a self interview book where I'm giving you either a snippet of what was happening at that moment, and then the next paragraph leads right into the poem, you
yeah.
know,
Ooh, I like
and
that.
yeah,
Mhm.
so throughout the whole, because a lot of times I know I've read things and I'd be like, hmm, oh, I could see why they probably thought like that. But I wonder if, so I want to take all that away from you and I want to give it to you. I want to tell you why,
Yeah.
what was the inspiration, or where
Yep.
was I at mentally at
Hmm.
that time, whatever it was. I want to give you the sauce so you ain't searching for it.
And it doesn't shut off interpretation, that others
That's
may
right.
walk away
It's just,
from. And I think that's why sometimes,
I just don't want them to mill over where I got it.
yeah,
Take it
exactly,
wherever it takes you, but I'm telling you where I got it from. So
exactly,
now you
exactly.
can make the comparison to see if we on the same wavelength, or how the two different paths can meet. Because that's always dope. I notice that when things that I read or listening to y'all, I'll be like, oh yeah, yup, yup, and I would have went this way, and boom, we would have went right there. So I like when that happens.
Yeah.
So you are amazing.
Mm,
You are
I got you.
beautiful. You stay exactly how you is, and I don't care what anyone says. Keep using the introvert as your superpower, because it's definitely serving you great
Yeah,
purpose. You know,
absolutely.
folks always think things have negative connotations to them, but there's a balance in everything.
Yeah.
So what works for you? Thanks. Look, Joe is so good. Look, it's a great interview, Sunshine. Hey, I had a great guest tonight. It was very easy. Like she said, it was just transference of energy. Like that's just
Yeah, absolutely.
all the interviews, and not taken from anyone, but it's really like, this is not prepped. I don't allow them to prep me. They will tell you that. I'll be like, nope, don't, nope, nope. We will talk right before that night. So any questions you need, have all your questions then. Like, none of this is planned. This is live. Like,
Yeah.
we are in color. And Karen said, thank you, niece. She said, this was great. Yes, just so you know, like she said, this is a safe space. And I do this for me and for
Hmm.
you. When I shine, you shine. So reach out to me if you would definitely like to be on the show. You don't have to do a whole show, but I felt this sister deserved to do a whole show. Y'all know some shows I have two and three poets at a time, depending on what's the scheme of the topics and the show. But she needed this. I needed this. Y'all needed this. And so run up her socials, get at her. When you follow on her page, her cash app is there with her name. So get ready to have them coins
Yes, it
ready
is.
for them visuals, okay? Because this sister's work is so dope. I am not bullshitting when I say this.
Yeah.
She is amazing, and she's dope to be part of your team. She will bring your words to life. Some people don't have that visual ability. Trust me, she will bring it to life for you if you do not, because it's amazing. And
Thank you.
just as you heard her words, as you saw my reactions, and as I said I was getting emotional, that's not fake, it's real. Her visuals will have you sucked in just like that, okay? You be all in, like leaning forward, like, and what's next? And what's next? Like, oh snap.
Yeah.
So definitely, I appreciate you. You are definitely a divine queen. Keep going. You are definitely on your path, and you stuck with me now,
I
Suge.
know.
Because like I told you, I'm from Jersey, so if I ever get back in the car
Right
and
down
I'm
the
not,
street.
I make pit stops along the way. I got a crew that I need to see up in your area anyway, so you might
Yeah.
have to make something happen. Okay, so
Absolutely.
definitely, definitely. This was amazing. This is definitely going down for the year as one of my favorite
Oh,
interviews. Shine Vibrations will be officially rocking for 2 years, September 30th. So I am striving to put another event, a celebration, and who knows, I really wanted it to be a slam involved with
mhm.
possibly a $200 to $300 prize for the winner. So depending on if everything goes to plan, it would only be fair to have two different sections. So those who don't want to do erotic, we're gonna have those that will compete for erotic, and those who want to do, the activism uplifting, they will have theirs. and then you will take, if it only shows up like this, we will take the top from each side, and then they will do a final battle for the top prize. Okay. So this is what's in the works. It may not happen around September because we coming into HBCU weekends. You got NC A&T, the Aggies. You got NC State. We got, yeah, it's all back to back. Every week is starting. I think starting October 17th. So if it does not happen before then, we will do it after because all those events are already live and kicking, tickets sold out, and all of that. Oh, thank you, Mama Donna. She said I'm also interviewer. Look, I had great elders that have shown me the way and the things that they have done. And then all of you on Clubhouse, I take little notes. So, Malika knew what she was doing, strong arming me. She was doing that to make me greater at my podcast. I appreciate another big sis. Y'all have y'all ways of doing stuff. So I love it though. This was amazing. And those of y'all who have Clubhouse, I will be hopping off and joining my partners on Clubhouse for Partners in Rhyme, Lyrical Vibes Room. So with that being said, I thank y'all. I think my hiatus is done for a minute. But we must recharge and take care of ourselves. So that's why I've had replays for the last 2 weeks. Let's get this one last comment. She said, "Oh, yep. Oh, yes, in the living room. She ready now, Mama.
I'm ready.
She ready.
I had to do the scary part first.
Yes. Yes. She ready now. Look, see?
Yeah.
That's all she need. Look, just a little bit of shine. That's all. And now look at it. See? This is going to be amazing. I can't wait. Make sure you tag me in everything that you do, because just as much as you support me, I will definitely support you. Gave thumbs up. So it's Friday. Y'all be cooling how y'all be cooling. Please be safe out there. Yes, this is an election year. So yes, we all know in certain communities, certain presence are heightened for certain other reasons. So please be on y'all square out there. Please be safe. Those that are affected by the storm, I bid you peace. I hope that you recoup whatever you have lost. And for those who may be still experiencing losses, because we had a little sunshine today, but they said the rain is supposed to come back. So she ready. So I appreciate y'all that faithfully tune in every week. I shine, you shine, we shine together. Shout out to Mob D. As I said in the background, I truly live and breathe that. And y'all be safe. Peace and poetry to y'all.